Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. He go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo.
Don't come, oh yo yo. Good evening to you. Good morning. Good afternoon to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun live. Thank you so much to every one of you who has been waiting from the past 50 minutes. The reason why I always set the broadcast, like schedule it ahead of time, is to give us all the time to receive the notification, react to it while myself gets ready, right? So that's why we always set it up. So if you see Maiyegun invitation that Maiyegun is going to be live and you joined, right? There is always a time to start. The moment there is just for us to all know that Maiyegun will soon go live, okay? So thank you very much for your patience, by the way. And thanks so much for joining me if you are just joining. So tonight, I want to talk about the latest, which is the deliberate food blockade to the southern part of Nigeria. That plot failed, okay? The plot to use food blockade, right, to force the southern Nigeria and southern Nigerians there to agree to the Fulanization ideology in Yoruba land, especially, and also in Igbo land, the Biafra land. So that failed. Whoever gave them the idea that they could stop movement of food to southern Nigeria, and since the government of Buhari, who promised them that everywhere in Nigeria belonged to them, since they couldn't do that, they gave them the idea of stopping the food. The southern Nigerians have not even decided to stop the free flow of oil to northern Nigeria. Do you know what I mean? All the pipeline being laid, yeah, pipeline that Buhari commissioned, the transborder pipeline from Niger Delta to lift your oil from Niger Delta straight to Niger Republic, right? So the Southerners have not even said, oh yeah, we're going to stop the flow of oil to the north. We're also going to close the ports. We don't want any importation for the northern Nigeria to be directed to the southern Nigeria. And let's see how that plays out. So even though that is where the whole thing is still going to end, okay? But everybody is still, everyone is still trying or testing the water. These guys, some people said, do you know that if the oil in Nigeria, the oil in Niger Delta, in southern Nigeria, they say if that oil is in northern Nigeria, do you know that Nigeria would have divided long time ago? Would you agree? That is the only thing that makes them feel like, they've tasted it. You know what I mean? Families whose their generations have never visited Niger Delta, they have been controlling the resources in Niger Delta because they belong to a particular family who once upon a time was a general. There was a general in the family who won them the lottery of oil block, generational oil block deal for them. Do you get what I mean? Even though they've never been to the southern Nigeria. So if the oil in Nigeria is in, for example, Zamfara, Bauchi, Sokoto, Kano, Maiduguri in Borno, and all those places are the areas where they have the oil. They would have divided Nigeria a long time ago. Remember when they invested over $2 billion drilling and looking for oil in the north under Buhari? They were so desperate. They even announced that they saw oil. You remember? By last, they said almost 800 billion naira spent looking for oil. They found bowl. Now bowl they finally dug with $2 billion. They found water, abundance of water, which they can actually use for irrigation if they are being productive with their lives. So they said if the oil was in the north, they would have divided Nigeria by now. I mean, Tete. But because it is not, it is so difficult for them to decide. But they are testing the water. It's either they are telling you to vacate the entire northern Nigeria. You remember when they gave the vacation order? When this northern group gave a vacation order to the Igbos in northern Nigeria, they gave them 30 days to leave the north, or they should face the consequences of whatever happened. You remember that year, 2018? Yeah, 2018, 2019. They keep giving this threat. Miyetiala keeps threatening elected governors from the southern Nigeria. Now they stopped their food supply. That didn't end well. After 4 or 5 days, that's all their perishable farm produce were destroyed or sold so cheaply. A basket or a bag of tomato in Lagos that you buy for 40 or 30,000 naira or something, right? They were selling them so cheap for as low as 7,000 naira or something like that. People were giving the prices. So when that failed, do you know who they called on? They called on Yaya Bello. I'm very fine. Thank you so much, sir. Tunji Olabi. Thank you, everyone. I'm sorry I'm not reading the comment yet, but I'll read the comment. Thanks so much, everyone. I'm very well. Very well. So do you know who this Miyetiala called after 4 days that nobody responded to them in southern Nigeria? People are already used to buying expensive food because of the destroyed economy by the Buhari administration. So when that failed, what did they do? They started making a negotiation. You see, this life, like I do say, if you elect clowns, if you make clowns your leaders, do not complain about Circus. When they begin to perform as comedians and clowns and, charlatans as they are, don't complain. Now, una elected clowns. Therefore, enjoy the clown show. So, your 2023 president, Yaya Bello, Governor Yaya Bello of COVID state. Maybe some of you don't know that Kogi is no longer Kogi. Kogi is now called COVID state because their governor is a COVIDiot. Since he is a COVIDiot, yeah, COVID does not exist in Kogi state. Do you understand that whole line? Yeah. Don't elect clowns. And if you elect clowns, enjoy the circus show. So when Yala held the entire farmers and traders in northern Nigeria from bringing their food to southern Nigeria, in order to pressure the southern Nigerians to accept Fulani AK-47 wielding criminals in southern Nigeria. No identification, no nothing. No, they should just go about with AK-47. Who does that? So they now use food. They want to stop food to stop. They were bragging, we will stop food. As they were planning to, as they stopped food supply, Yorubas started the campaign that don't eat beef anymore. Don't eat anything from the north anymore. When they realized that, oh boy, this won't go backfire, they say, okay, you know what? How much more will build them? Since this government is cash and carry government, how much more will build them? Say, what do you think? Say, everything. Yeah. Well, you know, we asked for 475 billion for the damages they have done to Fulani in Nigeria. Maybe we just ask for 1% of that. And since 1% of that would be 4.5 billion, who should we ask? Who said, okay, we'll go ask Yaya Bello, the executive COVIDiot governor of COVID state. Yaya Bello, in his own regalia as incoming executive president of Nigeria, Yaya Bello intervened and they make some resolutions on behalf of northern Nigeria and South. You see, this is where the circus show was so interesting, okay? You are going to watch it, by the way. So if you are not in a rush, okay, you will watch it. I'm going to show you. And for some of you who have seen this, well, it's not bad if you see it again, you know. So to make the arrangement between the North and the South to work for a better Nigeria of tomorrow, they invited the deputy clown from southern Nigeria, our honorable distinguished Femi Kayode. It is an interesting show. But last, they will give them the 4.5 billion for their, just to say sorry to the Miyetiala, so that they can continue to bring tomato, onions down to the to the south. Because Buhari won't do anything. Therefore, Femi Kayode, who lambasted Yaya Bello a while back, simply because it was running his short fuse, you know, Egbon gets short fuse as well. So when his short fuse sparked, and Yaya Bello was saying something about PDP that Egbon Fani Kayode was not comfortable with, you know what he did? He blasted Yaya Bello. Look at this idiot. Look at this common, you know, I can't remember. You know, when Femi Kayode, the para, sometimes some of the things they will write, you just have to say amen, 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 because you won't have to worry yourself about finding out, because it doesn't mean that whatever Femi Kayode say about anybody in Nigeria, if Femi Kayode tell you about the Oduduwa Republic, Baba, everybody be hustler now. You see, back in the days, now people like us, they call blogger. They say, who is Maiyegun? They say, Maiyegun is a blogger. It is recently that some of you started calling me activist. Some people are even called human rights activists. So Femi Kayode is it's like a blogger too, you know, in a very different level, like elite blogger. He can play any role, okay? He's an actor too, just like a Dino Melaye. So these two people were the people negotiating finally, to get us out of hunger. So let's start with that for me to have a bit of a break. See the clowns discussing the food blockade.
Ladies and gentlemen of the press, we're here today to address you on the very notorious issues that has been happening in the country, especially the recent one that has to do with the strike action embarked upon by the Amalgamated Union of Foodstuff and Cattle Dealers Association that has halted the transportation of foods and other items from the north to south and vice versa. I'm sure you are aware that in the last few days, there has not been transportation of food items and livestock from one point to another, which was occasioned by the various attacks and counterattacks on the association members, the traders, especially of a particular ethnic nationalities down in the south, especially in the southwest. This particular incident has led to serious economic paralysis. Food items are getting more costlier in the south. Food items are getting rotten and destroyed in the north on account to the fact that they are not being transported down to the south. The cattle breeders, the association or the union have placed certain demands on the government and the people of Nigeria to ensure that the transportation of their goods and the lives of their members anywhere in the country are safe. On that note, they went on a strike action. I have the mandate to resolve the issue, whereby there will be normalcy across the country. Here is the president of the association, and along with my brother here, Chief Femi Kayode, we have been on this matter for the last 3 to 4 days. And thank God today they have come up with their demands. We've been able to reach out to both parties because both of them are victims. Those that were killed and those that are killing. We've been able to reach out to the major actors from the southwest to desist and to allow peace to reign. We've gotten the commitment of both sides to sheath their sword. On this note, we have brought the demand to Mr. President through the Chief of Staff and how we've been able to resolve the matter. And the Chief of Staff is going to convey the message to Mr. President. The association demanded that there are his members that were killed. They are requiring that compensation be paid for the lives and livelihood that were destroyed in the south. All those who committed those crimes should be brought to justice. The harassment by law enforcement agencies on our federal highways be stopped. The extortion by all touts along the federal highways, especially from northeast or from the north to south, south, and southeast particularly, be stopped. We have presented those demands to the government because before now they have reached out to every authorities on the land and there seems to be no response or positive response to their demand. So it's been submitted once again. I've conveyed the message to the President through the Chief of Staff, and I've gotten the commitment of both sides. In order that we don't continue to have this hardship across the country, I've gotten the commitment of the union to lift their ban on the transportation of food items and livestock to the south. I've equally gotten the commitment of the major actors from the south not to attack lawful Hausa Fulani people or the traders in the south, and that the criminals amongst them, irrespective of your tribe or religion, should be handled effectively by law enforcement agencies. And we've gotten the commitment also that their lives and their livelihoods moving forward will be protected. So these are the messages we brought to the Chief of Staff to be conveyed to Mr. President. And I have to come with my brother here, Chief Femi.
We intend to secure this country as soon as we can and efficiently manage it. We do not like the unemployment, the suffering, the low standard of education, the lack of health care, the destruction of the infrastructure.
We will work with you to build a Nigeria that is not corrupt. I bring you a message of hope.
We are going to spend a lot of resources on education.
You all know that it's all lies. I mean, you know. Even Yaya Bello talking, you all know that it doesn't even make any sense. It's not making any sense. He's trying to be presidential. Let me tell you how everybody is faking it. He was not bold enough to mention Yoruba. He was contradicting himself when he was trying to refer to Mark Ban. Mark Ban is the cattle breeder. You see that association about association of traders and cattle breeders, that's a nonsense put together by Femi Kayode and Yaya Bello, President Yaya Bello. He didn't even see Buhari. That's the funniest part too. He said they met with Chief of Staff to Buhari and they presented the demand of the Association of Food Stuff, blah, 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 blah. He said he has received assurance of other faction in the south. He's talking about the eastern Nigeria. He said people should stop collecting bribe or extorting legal Fulani traders, okay? He's not bold enough. He's talking jack nonsense. That's what I'm talking about when you have clowns as your leaders. Do not complain about Circus. That's not a solution. It is absolute nothing. It is just like agenda that must agenda. Do you get that now? It's all pure badadash. It did not have any mandate. Whose mandate? First, he said he's met with the president. Then in the course of, his presentation, all nonsense he's saying, then he said he's met with the president via the chief of staff. So the chief of staff will convey the message to the president, and he has received assurance from the tout. He said tout, collecting, extorting traders on the motorway. So where are the touts? Which document did Yaya Bello sign with the tout that will be collecting money from the trader? Who are those collecting money from traders on the motorway other than the police and the military? Who? He is not bold. He is talking nonsense. And the demand he's talking about, Nigeria is a joke. Now, if somebody like you listen to Yaya Bello there, maybe you should listen to Femi Kayode. You know that one? He believed that when Femi Kayode is talking, most of the time, I think Egbon think he's talking to himself. Because, I don't know. Listen to how Femi Kayode wanted to spin it. Meanwhile, the Buhari that they were looking for, that one is visual.
Some people said I should write a book. I don't think I will ever write a book. Mainly, I don't want to hurt anybody. Hurting in the sense that there are certain people that I cannot resist abusing. But that hasn't got to do it hasn't got anything to do with their children and their grandchildren. So I don't want to hurt their children and grandchildren. So for the sake of their children and grandchildren, I have left them.
But you see, He's now a demented Baba anyway, so whatever that is going on inside the asshole rock now. By the way, Buhari and Aisha don't divorce ni. I don't know. I'm just a bit curious anyway. Some people were asking me that Maiyegun, Buhari and Aisha Buhari, is it that they've divorced? Do you know if Buhari and Aisha don't divorce? I don't know. We'll come back to that anyway. So let's go to Egbon Femi Fani Kayode. He has a different approach to how the unity between the North. You see, he even said something. That's why I'm going to finish the video. I'm sorry. If this video lasts longer than 5 minutes, please enjoy it. Okay? There's something Femi Fani Kayode said that you should listen to. Femi Fani Kayode said Buhari and Yaya Bello are the leaders that Nigerians need. It shock you, no worry. It go shock like that. Listen to Egbon before I continue.
By President Buhari to bring settlement to this very complicated issue, which, in my view, and it's obvious to the view of anybody, would have definitely have snowballed into a major crisis in this country had it not been for this intervention. And I have to commend Governor Yaya Bello and his team and all those that were involved in this. How they did it, I really don't know up till now. It's more or less like a miracle, because you see, people don't fully appreciate that had it not been for this intervention, things would have got much worse. Already things were getting bad. A goat that would have cost 150,000 in the south before, in some parts had gone up to 800,000, 1 million within a matter of days. And everything skyrocketed in prices. There was no meat. If this had gone on for another 1 month, tempers would have flared, things would have begun to happen, and of course, there would have been attacks left, right, and center, and reprisals all over the country. So we thank God that once the governor was asked to do this, he acted within 72 hours and brought the matter to a resolution. And that is extremely impressive. And I believe that if only we could continue like this in national affairs on virtually everything, and we had this sort of strong leadership across party lines, across religious lines, across ethnic lines, our country would be a much better place. It would have a much greater future. So I have to commend him for that, and all of those that are seated here. The reality of the situation is this. It's very simple. People were being killed. People were killed during the course of the Shasha killings. People were killed during NSARS. People from the north were slaughtered. Innocent people were killed, targeted and killed in parts of the southwest. And the reaction was very strong and would have been much stronger had it not been for the timely efforts of the union. The reality was that reprisals were actually planned. And this is why we had to come in quickly. It's not just a question of a food embargo. We all jousted and we all made jokes and even threatened one another about embargoes. But that's how war starts, with an embargo. And of course, the other side, the South, was saying things that maybe some of us shouldn't have been saying in retaliation. But it was about to snowball into a much more serious crisis, because plans for reprisals in the North against people from the South were being made, and they had gone very, very far. And I saw evidence of that presented to me by the governor and by other people. And thankfully, the governor called all the relevant players and told them this must stop. And the way the union managed the whole situation was say, instead of violence, instead of targeting Southerners in the North, we will do a strike and stop them from having food. So that's where this all started. And what has happened since then is that the governor has waded in, and the strike has been called off, conditions have been given, and I am sure that the governor, with his good offices and his energy and zeal, will ensure that the federal government honors that. On our side, because I have to tell you what we tried to do as well, what we've done, was that we extracted commitments from the main players in the Southwest who had in the past indulged in some form of violence or the other, and who was seen as the protectors of the people of the Southwest. Chief Sunday Adeyemo was deeply involved in this, and I have to commend him because he gave a firm commitment. He spoke to His Excellency. He gave his commitments, he spoke with me. Not just him, there are a number of others who were also involved and who gave a firm commitment that they would not only ensure that the Hausa Fulani population in the southwest that were there peacefully and that were there in a law-abiding manner would not be attacked and would not be harassed. But they also went as far as to say that they would protect them as best as they could from those misguided elements that seek to attack and kill them. And that's a major commitment which he gave. And we discussed with him extensively. I have to say, he did very well in that respect. Not just him, other people like him did very, very well in this respect. Also, Governor Seyi Makinde was involved. His Excellency involved him, as he did and communicated to other governors in the southern part of the country, particularly the southwest. And all of them were carried along by His Excellency. And we have a joint commitment to ensure that people of Hausa Fulani extraction, indeed from anywhere outside of the south, will be safe down in the south. The only thing that we have asked for is, on our side, is for the federal government, the President Buhari's administration, to do as much, to do far more concerning those that are in the forests of the southwest killing our people. And we would want far more vigorous action on that and the forests to be cleared. And we sincerely hope and pray that this will happen. We have peace, we have unity, and I thank God for this opportunity to bring our country together. And I thank Governor Bello.
We intend to secure this country as soon as we can and efficiently manage it. We do not like the unemployment, the suffering, the low standard of education, the lack of health care, the destruction of the infrastructure.
We will work with you to build a Nigeria that is not corrupt. I bring you a message of hope.
We are going to spend a lot of resources on education.
So that's Liar Muhammad too. I mean, well, they are all liars anyway. That's Femi Kayode trying to, he said something there, which I also wanted you to hear, and I'm glad you also listened to that. He said he spoke to Sunday Igboho with Yaya Bello, and Sunday Igboho assured them that, you heard that, Abi? We'll find out from Sunday Igboho. People have been telling Sunday Igboho to be careful of Femi Kayode. Maybe he's about to find out why people are telling him to be careful. And be careful of others like him too, right? So, that's the package. Femi Kayode said Yaya Bello received a mandate from the president. Really? Who gave him the right to go and negotiate with them and pay them 4.5 billion. The question is, who is going to pay that money? And from where is that money going to come from? Are you aware or are you not aware?
Continue. No problem. God will see us. There is God. There is God in everything we are doing. Those bloods that are sharing in Bronu will answer. What of two teachers, what of two teachers that can tell us that they conducted that exam? Do you come with any? Principal? No, too. You waka come. Okay. Now the first lady is calling you, come, I want to help you. Come to find your child, your missing child. Will you keep quiet? No. Child, there is God, oh. There is God, oh. The bloods we are sharing, there is God, oh. There is God, oh. There is God, oh. There is God, oh. There is God, oh.
Where is God? These guys are making money left, right, and center, using whatever means available to cash out. All they need to do is just to get the media to record them. Yet, people are missing. People are still being kidnapped. Soldiers are being killed. Fulani are still carrying AK-47. And here we are. Tell me, are you not informed too? Who is going to pay the 4.5 billion to these people? Who? From where is that going to come from? And how much are they going to give to Fani Kayode as a negotiator? At least we have the Sheigumi. Now the Ministry of Banditry and Ransom Payment, Abuja, headed by the distinguished commissioner Sheikh Gumi. Now you have your brother there. I told you, Nigeria is a turn-by-turn enterprises, like turn-by-turn Nigeria Limited. Everybody is just carrying you what they call on handicap, mugu. They know how you feel. They know what gets you mad. They know what to say to make you feel like, this man is so intelligent. I wish this kind of Femi Kayode is the president. You remember when they told Femi Kayode that he's going to be president? Now Yaya Bello will be president now. Okay? Even this one, Atonda Ogunleri, you know the story. As everybody they try to be president, who go be the next president? Who go be the next president? Ministry of Banditry growing. Everybody is wondering who's going to be the president. Who's going to be the what's going to happen to Atonda? What's going to happen to Atonda Ogunleri? Nobody knows. Baba is busy. Two, since they won't give him the national recognition he surely deserves, he's also contacting some other gerontocrats. You know, gerontocracy is what you have in Nigeria. The government of the old people, by the old people, for the old people. But you, the younger collateral mumus, you have to do the runnings around to keep the gerontocrats in power. Do you get what I mean now? So, as this one is busy trying to help possibly Nigerians, help all of you, as some people will say, trying to help them to save you from what Buhari has turned your country into, yeah? Everybody is cashing out. I don't even know which country this guy won't be president over. Which country does Tinubu want to be president over? Nigeria. I don't know. You know. Now you have Femi Kayode as a national committee member for the National Ministry of Banditry and Ransom Payments. Well, let's put it this way. Ministry of Banditry, Rehabilitation, and Ransom Payments, led by the Honorable Sheikh Gumi. Your Femi Kayode is now part of the scheme now. So he's representing the same media. Man, this life no balance. So, do you know that? All of you, we don't read all the things written and said by Femi Kayode about Miyetiala. You see that place where they sat, Miyetiala representative is on the same table with Femi Kayode. Baba can't they speak in grammar? Can't they try to rap? Can't they try to mention name like Haruna Ishola? When Haruna Ishola is praising you on the day of your mother's burial, or maybe if Kwamwan is praising you on the day of your, housewarming, and they start mentioning name. You get that? I've received a commitment of Sunday Igboho in Southwest. That's okay. I've received the confidence of assurance of Governor Seyi Makinde, the same Seyi Makinde that is about to bring Ruga to Oyo State. Femi Kayode is now sitting on the same table with Yaya Bello, President Yaya Bello. Let me show you the entrance again, if I still have it. If I haven't, I've taken it out. Femi Kayode, National When they talk about Oduduwa Republic, few days ago, Femi Kayode was telling everybody who care to read that Sunday Igboho has the right to fight for Oduduwa Republic. It is his right. And if Sunday Igboho fight for Oduduwa Republic, we will support him. Now the people will go tell them how to capture Sunday Igboho be that. He should be careful. I know he watches anyway, and then I've got his guys also watching. Guys, be careful around this guy. They are all the same. They will sacrifice all of you. What will happen is that what they are building with so many of you that you don't know is that they are building, establishing contact, relationship, so that when the Abuja and other politicians are looking for other ways to reach you, they will volunteer to be the one to say, why do you think they drag Femi Kayode to Kogi after all is said about Yaya Bello? How come he's comfortable sitting down together, sleeping in the hotel that Yaya Bello paid for, in Kogi, in Lokoja, and in Abuja for the past 1 week? The same person that Yaya Bello called incompetent, illiterate, in charge of, a young person in charge of a state, blah, 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 blah. Now, if you're comfortable with Yaya Bello, he's comfortable with Maiyegun General. Are you not asking yourself, what will be the percentage? Egbon? Who they sponsor? Who they sponsor you? They sponsor your trip. The one they call Femi Kayode started speaking grammar is because he's able to build contacts with Sunday Igboho, and in his own mind, build trust with Sunday Igboho, and he can tell others and say, I can talk to him. He is a very gentleman. He's a very honorable, blah, 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 blah. It's a lie. He will tell them the day they should come and drop a bomb on your house. And he knows that you will have to disappear. Sunday Igboho, you have to disappear. If they drop bomb, they will say a mistake. They would say they received alert that don't say it's not possible. It is Nigeria. And that is what is coming, by the way. Right? They won't send soldiers. They won't send anything. The Air Force will just drop a bomb on Sunday Igboho's house when they know that he's there with other people. People will die. If Sunday died too, they will say, it was an error. Who gave the order? Like they keep people at Lekki Toll Gate. We are going to start investigation. A lie. The people that will tell them how to kill you are the people that are trying to validate you. That's why I don't like validation from people. Do you understand that now? So the reason why Femi Kayode is comfortable sitting down with Yaya Bello and Maiyegun General and talking about unity and asking the same thing that Femi Kayode himself knows, that Buhari has nothing to do about the Fulani in any forest anywhere. Femi Kayode wants to use his relationship with Sunday Igboho to also cash out from the National Cash Out Ministry, Ministry of Banditry, Rehabilitation of Terrorists, and ransom payments. Who no one cash out? Everybody, they cash out big time. As they are releasing victims, they are capturing others. As they are releasing those ones collecting ransom, they are capturing others, killing more, and all of that. So where would that lead us if Yoruba start experiencing that? If somebody like Femi Kayode think we are all fools. No, we are not. Because so many of us actually see you in many times or many occasions that you either just talking to yourself or you are actually not really, you don't know what you are doing, so to say. Or better still, you know what you are doing and you are just making money for yourself. And it's better for you to know that some of us know that. We know nothing will come out of whatever you are discussing with Yaya Bello. Nobody is contacting you from Southwest. You have no contact. You have no assurance from anybody in Southwest, okay? The only people that will give you assurances are your own political elite, your friends, the victims of a Fulani invasion, the farmers. The victims are not going to give you assurances if the government sending them down south will not allow them to pick up identity, to know those people and where they stay, so that whenever crime happens, we can investigate and be able to identify the criminals. Isn't that what should be done? Shouldn't the government put a plan in place whereby every Fulani in every forest is identified? And that forest, by the way, is not a free land. Come on. Cattle rearing is a private business. Why can't they go into ranching? I mean, why not? So that's the point, okay? So nobody made any deal with Femi Kayode. Nobody gave him any assurances. And I hope Sunday Igboho is smart enough. They can use you. In fact, he is using you now And if you don't detach yourself from him completely, stop picking his calls, stop replying his text messages. Do that for a whole month or 2 months and see Femi Fani-Kayode lose it all online. He will write so many things against Sunday Igboho that you will be like, is it not the same person who wrote a lot about Sunday Igboho? Is it not, you know what I'm talking about? Tell your guys to try that. If I'm one of those who can advise you, Chief Sunday Igboho, so to say, I will tell you this. Stop picking his calls. Stop picking their calls. Stop replying their text messages and watch Femi Fani-Kayode run crazy in another 2-3 weeks. Because those that are currently using him in Abuja, pushing whatever agenda they want to push for whatever it is, which is not in any interest of Yoruba land at all, right? So whatever they are using him for is because whenever it calls you, you still pick up that phone. So if you continue to pick up that phone, forget it. Femi Fani-Kayode will continue to get paid. And then, before you know it, this whole thing will come crashing. We will be here to support you either way. But it's better for you, it's better for all of us to say this directly to you, because we know we can preempt them. I know them. I can sit down here and give you instances of what they are going to do by telling you what they are doing, showing you what they are doing, and I can tell you what the end result will be. That's what makes us different on Maiyegun's Diary. Remember that, okay? So whoever is paying him, whoever is sponsoring him, wherever Femi Fani-Kayode is discussing with Yaya Bello on Macban, Mietiala, wherever it is, the demand of the Yorubas is not that we are demanding for Nigerians to protect us anymore. What we are demanding for is that those who are killing our people in the forest, those who are kidnapping our people, threatening and intimidating them, raping our women, kidnapping our children, destroying our farms, telling us that there's nothing we can do. They are already sending our people into neighboring countries as refugees. What the hell is Femi Fani-Kayode talking about? What is he talking about? Who are those he said he's spoken to about those who killed people in Shasha and those who killed in Shasha? Is that the real problem? So people should let him know, okay? We are not in any deal with anybody. The demand is very, very clear. All Fulani terrorists carrying AK-47 inside the forest of Yoruba land, from Ekiti to Ondo, from Ondo to Oshun, from Oshun back to Oyo, from Oyo down to Abeokuta in Ogun State, from Ogun State, down to even Lagos State as we speak. Everywhere in Yoruba land, if you're a Fulani man, go and settle on a ranch. That is the right thing to do. Don't come here and say they demanded this, they demanded that. Is that not what the terrorists are also demanding? Getting paid. Bandits getting paid. And they continue to kidnap and kill people. Nobody is arrested. Nobody is prosecuted. Nobody is standing trial. Nothing. What is the difference between that place and the Banana Republic? What? So if Femi Fani-Kayode think that this whole thing is still pretty much about the old way, deceiving people, manipulating them, trying to change the whole conversation, making nonsense, trying to make sense out of nonsense, we are not stupid. Say that to him. I mean, we know they are all the same anyway. However, they should also know that we are not, we are not all the same. This happened in Agoiwuyi. Is Femi Fani-Kayode assuring us that those who have their own settlement, farm settlement, legal farm settlement, who have not rearing cows, they should sit back and wait for Yaya Bello to receive their own complaint. Is that what they plan? That they should lose all their investment, lose their lives because of cows? Come on, watch this.
This is Agowe farm settlement land. We are farmers and we are fed up with the Fulani. We decided to pursue them out of the farm settlement land by taking them out of the boundary of the settlement to Illusion. Wherever they want to go from there, we don't care. Enough of all this problems. The government has refused to support us. They refuse to support the farmers, and the farmers' livelihood is in danger. Farmers' stealing their cattle. We just want to pursue them out of the farm settlement land. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Oh yeah. You cannot turn this country to a cow country. We are people, and you know what? If they refuse to give us meat, we will import it. After all,
That is Agoiwoye in Ogun State. That is Agoiwoye next to Ijebu-Igbo, my paternal homeland in Ijebu. So all those areas, all the farm settlements in the area, they are facing the invading Fulani herdsmen and their cattle. These ones, they don't have, they don't have guns. Good enough, they didn't have guns. So everybody, all the farmers jumped on their bikes and decided to pursue them out of the farm settlements. That should have been the job of the government, the police, the military. I mean, it is their job to ensure that those cows are safely returned back to their farms. Unfortunately, there is no farm for those cows. In Ogun State, open grazing is illegal. For you to see cows in my state is illegal. The entire Southwest made law that it is illegal to openly graze your cows. The cows move into people's farms, destroy them, right? When farmers pushes back, most of the time, they get attacked by the others who are mostly armed. That is the bone of contention. That is where the genesis of the problem is. So for those who don't really understand it well, there is no clear-cut plan by the government of all level in Nigeria to say, this is the way we are going to resolve the problem. But charlatans have been, making different positions, governmental positions, pushing different policies that are not in any way to resolve the problem. Again, cow business should be private business, okay? If you want to start a cow business, you should know that you will need land, you will need to build ranch, you will need to hire people to help you tend your herd, your cows, and every other thing you have there. That's how it should be as a business. And the government of 21st century Nigeria, 2021, should know that you have professors, this, professor that, educated people, enlightened people, idiots, who are parading themselves as educated people, by the way. Do you get that? But instead of them resolving that, they have resorted into different tactics of either blackmail, threat, intimidation, and so many other things. Like this one, embargo on food. That's a declaration of war. A government responsible should be out to say something. But when they found Buhari, he has this to say to the military about the insecurity. Just before we go, watch this.
During our 4-hour security meeting, I have taken the responsibility as Commander-in-Chief for you to go out into the field and secure the country. I have accepted responsibility for your actions in the field. It's up to you to identify your competent officers, irrespective of seniority and paper qualification, and deploy them to make sure that we secure this country. We have got a few weeks to do that, because by the rainy season, we expect people to develop confidence and go back to the land so that we don't get in trouble by being away from the field and therefore unable to produce enough food for the nation. We all look forward to you to perform, and I, as a CNC, I'm backing you 100%, and I expect you to effectively deploy your officers and men to secure the country. I thank you very much, and I wish all of us the best of luck. Thank you very much.
Dear. Sorry. Man. That's your president anyway. Some people are saying that that is your that is not Buhari. I understand. That's why I've been laughing, kind of. I've been reading the comments, okay? Some people like this one is a chubby Buhari. CO, ask for forgiveness somehow, okay? That's a chubby Buhari. Some said this one a fake Buhari. It's not the original one. You know. And then some people are not happy to see the lifeless thing talking. I'm so sorry. I'm not a professional broadcaster, so please don't say Maiyegun be professional. Which be professional? Buhari is talking about the shuffling and officers and all of that. We are all struggling to understand what our president they talk. You are asking me to be professional. Which professional? My brother, I'm not a professional broadcaster, so just take me like that. Sorry, it's a lifeless thing. It's sad. It should be in care people's home. You know what I'm talking about? It's, God forgive me. Because I'm gonna grow old as well, and when I grow old enough like that, I would rather just go and be playing with Kofo's children, my great grandchildren. If I have enough money, I'll just be this funky grandpa, you know, funky grandpa. I won't be in any office trying to answer questions about, you know, about Nigeria, a lifeless person being in charge of 200 million people. The collateral mumus, 200 million mumus and all that. I know you say you are not a mumu. I know you are not. But you are being led by mumus, clowns. Okay? Some of them can even manufacture money intellectually. Do you get that now? You don't need to know the meaning. Okay? It's this, you know, the clowns, apart from Yaya Bello, apart from Fani Kayode, apart from lifeless Buhari, apart from even fake Pastor Ruga Ikene Shatabandu, apart from this, your other one, the Gbantwe, you're from Eko, the Isaleko Barack Obama, Albert Einstein, or even the Aregbe Mugbo, the talk in charge of your internal ministry, interior ministry. There is also other mad people in charge of your states. Okay, we have drunkards, we have so many people. Okay, this particular guy stands out. He can manufacture money intellectually.
I am not telling you about what I'm planning to do. I have released a sum of 400 million. 400 million as step one to ensure that this project starts. I released 400 million from nothing. But from my intellectual money, I'm able to set aside a sum of 400 million to make sure that the young people who come to this program have a full values.
Intellectual money, 400 million. Oh boy, imagine if all the 36 state governors have an intellectual brain to manufacture money. Nigeria is a joke. So if you are laughing, right, just drink water. Okay, Nigeria is a complete joke from the president. Oh dear. Then what do you expect from clowns? What do you really expect from clowns? Because they call them executive governors. Your Excellency, sir. Your Excellency, sir. We had a meeting an ad hoc extended EXCO gargantua meeting to discuss this gargantua problem of all in all this nonsense. I would say, oh boy, see sense. This guy gets sense fast. Nigeria, they say, how can somebody get sense this much? So if that person come out tomorrow and say, my intellectual money, I don't know what that means, by the way, but that's how scammers do. That's what magicians do, the fraudsters. They will tell you that, do you know that you can give me 1 million and I will give you 100 million? And you say, how? Say, you don't need to know. You don't need to know. It's a business. If you give me 1 million, I'll give you 2 million. If you give me 2 million, I'll give you 4 million. If you give me 5 million, I'll give you 10. Anything you give me, I'll double it. But how, bros? How? You go do bunkery? Or you go sell a kidney? Or waiting, I don't understand though, because how I go take give you 5 million and within 48 hours you give Nigerians. So as you have all the, it's only 419 that will not tell you how he manufactured money. The same way the 419 told you, listen, they told you they will give you 3 million jobs every year if you vote for change. Some of you believed you voted for change. Instead of them giving you 3 million jobs every year, in 6 years, over 30 million of you have lost your job. Divide them by 4 years. You realize that maybe about 7 million of you. 7 million. I'm kidding. Let me use the actual stats now. Okay, the actual stat is that when they came in, when they were promising people 3 million jobs every year, now 3 million jobs every year. That when they came to power, they had 13 million unemployed people. That means they were supposed to have taken our 12 million in 4 years. They should have taken 12 million people out of unemployment so that unemployment would just crash. But because they are 419, people ask, how are you going to create 3 million jobs? They said, you don't know. Once we create this 600,000 jobs in oil sector, we'll create 400,000 jobs in that. Oshibajo is the star boy. They were not giving any actual back, all the things they were saying were not backed by any actual facts. But because they are 419, people bought it too. Unfortunately, after 4 years, you see that 13.5 million who had jobs in 2015, who bought change last, many of them lost their jobs. Some of them ran away. They left Nigeria. You see those who no get job in 2019, those ones are those ones who now fell into the multi-dimensional poverty, which after 4 years, poverty escalated. Like poverty in human form, they work out for road in Nigeria. You will see, when poverty they go so say, are you wait, okay, yeah, Naim. Why you can't come out this afternoon? Poverty they wear human form, they work out. That was part of the promise. So like this one that manufactured intellectual money, okay? They told you, listen to this. They told you that they will start generating electricity, that they plan to generate 10,000 megawatt electricity every year. Nobody asked, how? They said it's possible, of course. When we generate 8,000 with solar power in the north, with the sun in the north, we can generate 500,000 megawatts alone. I say, hey, is that true? Is it true? Yeah, now, solar. Criminals, job men. They said by the time Buhari come, we are going to generate. I say, okay, avoid that. Our problem is electricity. Honestly, if Buhari can do electricity, my life don't change. They say, because of that, I'm going to vote for change. In 4 years, instead of them to generate more electricity, national grid of Nigeria collapsed 3 times. In history, the first and only time in history until APC, Egbekegbe, came to power. The first and only time that the national grid collapsed was in 1985. Guess who was president then? Alhaji Buhari. The first and only time. Nobody say Nigeria get 24 hours electricity, okay? But like they will tell you, say, okay, everything collapsed. So the whole Nigeria now has zero electricity. If you see light anywhere, na power, what do you call it? Na chargeable lantern or generator. That happened in 1985. 30 years after that, it happened again in 2015, 2016, 2019. And another thing is they did not generate 10,000 electricity every month. So they were supposed to deliver 40,000 electricity every month. Yeah? But last, so the Bantueyo from Lagos is Aleko Barack Obama, Fashola. Last, so now darkness is generated. After the money they spent for 6 years now, Sha, instead of generating electricity, now darkness they have been generating. That's how scammers now so then they do. These same Bantueyo criminals, they also told people that how can you allow 13.5 million school children to be, 3 million school children to be out of school? They are doing Alimajiri. They are supposed to be in school. The Buhari government will put them in school. Buhari government, all of that. Sharp promise, yeah. See, if Buhari government can put my own child in school in this northern Nigeria, see, I am going to vote for change. Last, everybody bought change. In the northern, in northern Nigeria, the number of out-of-school children grew from 3.5 million to over 18 to 20 million now. No be only not you that you have out-of-school children, though. If you now come to the southern Nigeria, you now see people. No be today people start, but it's just that people have opened a lot of business on it now. All of that is a business now in southern Nigeria. People now rent out children. So somebody will just pretend to be their mother. They don't need to look alike. You see them on the bridge in Lagos. You see them in Abeokuta. And our own young people, they were shouting, APC change, APC change, February, APC, February, APC, February, APC, February. Some of them were being told that they were going to get good jobs, respectable jobs. Or Shibadobi was promising them. Since they couldn't create any job for them, more people are now jobless. They created N-Power. Although God now see God, if there is God, what's in APC do people? Honestly speaking, if you allow people to tell you how they feel, like say, you know what, just say your mind, please. How do you feel? If you let them talk, what's in APC do them? APC do them bad. No job, no nothing. Alimajiri children, when they gained power, they started deporting Alimajiri children. Oh boy, something that never happened before. From the Kano, they were the Kano Alimajiri branch were deporting Jigawa Alimajiri children to Jigawa. Jigawa is also transporting back Bauchi Alimajiri children to Bauchi. Yobe, they were transporting their own Alimajiri children back to Nasarawa. The Zamfara Alimajiri children are also being transported back to Kebbi. The Kebbi Alimajiri children, people were just with all the Alimajiri children. There was a time, all the Alimajiri children that were supposed to be in school, new school. They promised them. They were seeing themselves on the motorway in northern Nigeria as they are crossing border. You see, you are leaving Kano. Some people are returning to Kano from Kebbi. Some of you are being chased away from Kaduna. As your boss, they leave Kaduna, they enter Zamfara. Some people are already coming from Niger. Their own deportation is to Yobe. So everybody is just meeting them. Some people even became stranded. There are some people got to their own state. Their state said, no, they are not from here. No identity. Bad people, human beings, they don't care. They never cared. They used them for election. They promised to put them in schools. They didn't. They started deporting them. When 2019 came again, they started recruiting them again for election. When 2019 ended, They disbanded them again because it's all they care about. APC, Egbekegbe. Now, Alimajiri children are now turning to Boko Haram, turning to this, that. Also, as magician, nobody asked them how they were going to do all of those things. So, all now promises where people they jump up. Are they going to do it? Yes, now. Free education from primary school to university level. APC can do it. Nigeria is rich. Nigeria is so rich. If we sell all the aircraft, we can use that money for education and all of that thing. Now there be job men. I was crying, I was screaming. There be job men, you go pay, you go pay. All of you go pay. All this change. You go pay, you go pay. The payment day, they come, the payment due day don't come. Person will not even by itself, they pay. Everybody they pay. Now, everyone is paying. 2 million people were displaced, according to them, APC, Egbekegbe. That was why they came to rescue people. That was why they put out this video. And I'm very sure now Shibajo did this video.
You have just received news that your neighbor's children have been kidnapped. The kidnappers have threatened that their next targets are your kids and you. In your hands, you hold the power to decide who will protect you. Will you choose a man who was dancing the day after 276 girls were kidnapped until date have not been found? A man who has absolutely no idea of what to do about the problem? Wouldn't you rather choose a man who has faced even bigger problems and fixed them immediately, once and for all? Make no mistake, the enemies are relentless. Vote for the man who can protect you and your children. Vote for change.
Now Shibajo do that video. Today, that same Shibajo writing the script for APC, Egbekegbe, doing different video to send all of you to the slave camp. The same Shibajo right now is now the special advisor to Buhari on burial arrangements, condolences matters, and the trader money as well. Anything that has to do with condolences visits, Shibajo will visit you. May Shibajo never visit you. Say amen. Anybody tell you, say me or Shibajo, they visit him. Now you they ask you are the one asking for that too. May Shibajo never visit me. Because if Shibajo visits you, you should know what that means. Something is not right. Yeah? And Shibajo needs to come and console you and pray for you. So all of you, my own the lovers of Maiyegun, may Shibajo will never visit you. Amen to that. So they are criminals, fraudsters, who can say anything and everything just to gain power. And after that, you are on your own. And they will do it again and again. Nigeria is a place where they can do it again and again and get away with it, okay? But now that we are having, we are having army of educated, enlightened people, people will no longer fall easily for their pranks and their lies, deceit, and all of that, okay? We are growing in numbers. And this is also putting them under pressure. As we grow further, they will lose all their options. And before you know it, they will be overrun by the people. Take a look at what happened in Abuja last night, Airport Road in Abuja, where people are now saying, Buhari must again.
Buhari must go! Buhari must go! Greatest Nigeria country. And the painful part is, even their watchdogs, the police, are even the worst hit. Fighting up for Mata. Buhari ya ce mu zabe shi zai mana kwakwan madara. Ya ce zai mana hanyoyi. Buhari bai ba. Ka yanzu da mu zo ba mu san shi. Ba ka ga mu Buhari. Ba mu san shi. Ataka shi kana san Buhari. Revolution yau. Revolution ne ya fara yau. Ya fara a yau. Abokiya bari. Ya sai ya fara yau. Yau nan ko. Ka ga musu ya fara yau. A garin duniya nan ko an ce adalci ya fi komi. zaman lafiya ya cuce mu matuta ne amma Buhari ya ce mun zabe shi za yi canji kun so ku bi su an ce mu zabe shi mun yi canji kuma gashi na mun zabe Buhari kuma mu zabe shi alama kuma gashi na yanzu haka wahala muke sha shuwara mostly gashi na mun gama makaranta ko aiki ba mu wallahi an ce mana mu kawo kudi mu kawo 300,000 mu samu aiki haka zan mu bani amma ya taka mana shi kawai shi a saman amma ku taka wannan da ku taka shi
Yeah. People, they're angry. Everybody is angry. It's just that we just manage our own anger differently. Some people mad. And since Nigeria is a crazy place right now, except if you are telling yourself otherwise. Later that night, this also happened.
Those people traveling by air, many of them has missed their flight. It's a beautiful scene. We are enjoying it. Let them come and kill the whole youth. Nigeria will have to be better. At all costs, whatever it takes. Let them feel the heat. They never believe Abuja can be blocked like this. It's happening live. Youths are tired. They never believe this can happen. We had people who came with drone here and streaming it live. Yes.
Some of you are becoming mean and meaner and meaner on Maiyegun's diary. See, we are humans and let us all feel human, okay? People are angry, all right? I understand your sentiments that they cannot be taken serious. I understand. But again, let us acknowledge their anger, okay? Because even the people who voted for change, there are people started running from their homes. So when they came again for the next level, see, some of you who actually believe so much in God, I'm asking you to continue to pray that God should forgive Oshibade, and whenever it's going to go to that fire, yeah, maybe it should be considered for the, what do you call it? It should be considered for the first floor. So it won't be at the basement next to the other basement of the devil himself, okay? I'm not mocking you. I'm saying pray for him. I know it's going to end in hell if truly there is hell, which I believe there is. If I have to go according to his own belief too, a pastor, there must be hell for people like him. And I believe if you are going to pray for anything for him at all, pray that it should not end up at the second floor basement. We should just end up at the second floor, up floor somehow, so that the heat go shot this somehow, somehow. If you dine with the devil, you should also be ready. If you know, even if you use long spoon to dine with the devil, you should never end up in the devil's closet. Oshibade ended up inside Buhari's toilet. He is now the houseboy there, trying to. He said, he is the one who said it. Don't probably get offended by that, okay? Oshibade said Buhari treats him like a son. Now that Buhari is demented inside the asshole rock, where they are treating him as old people's home, Oshibade is also locked up in one room. His job is to check if Buhari don't pee or don't poo, and they need to change the diapers. I'm not saying it changes it, but he supervises how Buhari fares inside the household rock. So far, so good. And he said Buhari treats him like a son. He said it. I didn't say that. And how do you treat your father who has dementia? Won't you care for them? You don't really have to be the one changing the nappy or changing the diapers. You have people who are going to do it. But you have to make sure that you are there. And you have to also make sure that he continue to see your face. Now, Aisha Buhari no day. You don't I'm so trying not to laugh. But some of you are already having your straight face like, what's Maiyegun talking about? What's he talking about? You started laughing. I don't know. My spirit tells me that you are laughing. And I started laughing. So that's what Oshibade is right now. It's not the vice president. He is now the special advisor to Buhari on condolence. He's the one that tells Buhari who died. They will just go and tell him that Baba, Chief Imam of Kaduna don't die. Say, hey, who is that? Where is Kaduna? Say, Kaduna. See, like this. Kaduna. This is Daura. Then when you go left, you go to Kaduna. And say, okay, Chief, who is that Chief Imam? They say, yeah, Chief Imam is your friend. He said, I should greet you. You know, that kind of, they say, okay. Oshibade, you know him? He said, I know him. So you want to go? Say, yes, sir. I want to go, sir. Okay, call me Garbage Shehu. And call me Femi Opono Adeshino. And do you need money? Pocket money for the travel? No, Baba, I'm very fine. I just want you to know that I'm going to be away for a few hours, okay? So I'll be back. I'm not going far. Say, please don't go far, Shiba. You know, I have to see you all the time. I'm not making this up. That's the scenario. If you cannot imagine it, you see, if you don't have imaginary mind, possibly I have a lot of imaginary mind. I can imagine things. I can paint scenarios, and I can make you kind of, you know, follow me. Because you agree with me, except if you are just joining me. If you are just joining me, it's not going to make sense to you. What I'm talking about is going to look like. What's he talking about? What's he talking about? I don't understand. You won't understand in Jesus' name because you just joined. You just need to go and start watching from the beginning. Okay? So, but if you have been watching me from the beginning and you are sitting down there like, what's he talking about? What's he talking about? You're talking nonsense, Maiyegun. I don't understand what you're talking about. Baba, you know, go understand them in Jesus' name. Don't say, man. You know what I'm talking about. It's Oshibadi, the Ikene Shatabandu, the fake Pastor Ruga. That's who he is to Buhari. Where is Aisha? Aisha should be the closest person to Buhari right now. That Buhari has dementia. Some people say Buhari don't die. I'm not saying it's not. Okay? I'm just saying I'm following my own theory. Please. You see, you believe that Aisha is with another person, and the reason why Aisha ran away is because number one, Buhari not even recognize him again. Number two, they want to make Aisha to stay with another person when no be Buhari. All these things, what makes it different from mine? What? That Buhari no recognize Aisha again. That is a fact. Buhari no recognize any of his children again. That is also true. And if you say, well, the reason why Buhari no recognize them is because Buhari no be Buhari, now another Buhari. But if it's another Buhari, tell yourself, another Buhari no the read news. You know, say the old Buhari marry Aisha, the old Buhari get Yusuf, the old Buhari get what's that their daughter's name? Zara. The old Buhari get other children. Won't they have shared the OT? Can't that same old Buhari pretend and be the father? Now, all these people have not seen their father. All of you have not seen your president for years. Buhari children, they have not seen their father for God knows since when. You better thank your God that you can still see your own father. Me, well, my own dad is dead. My mom is dead. So they are both late. But Aisha Buhari should be the one taking care of Buhari right now. But where is Aisha Buhari? Ask yourself, where is she? You better ask God for forgiveness and stop, you know. So when the person taking care of him, and that's why they said Oshibade should not go anywhere. Undi Clement, don't say that. Okay, don't say that. I want to play this video quickly for our own children who are now learning how to sing the Yoruba national anthem, Oduduwa anthem. Love it. I love the wordings, and I love sharing that with you. You haven't given me your thumb up yet. So you be Buhari, Abi. You be Buhari. You've been watching this video for the past 1 hour. You know if you go out there and give a thumb up, right? Then we they talk about Buhari. Yourself, they talk about Buhari. Anyway, let's listen to this before we go. love that part. Ọmọ Oòduà dìde, bọ́ sípò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ, ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. I love that part. That's something to make you feel proud as a Yoruba man. It makes you feel like, yeah, I am the light. You know, for those of you who don't understand Yoruba, by the way, okay, that last stanza there is like, you, son or children of Oduduwa, rise, take your rightful place. And I'm going to be trying to interpret now. Bear with me, okay? Ọmọ Oòduà dìde, ye compatriots, Oduduwa compatriots, rise. Then the next one would be, bọ́ sípò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ, rise to take your rightful place. Ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀, you are the light. Ògo adúláwọ̀, as well as the glory of the black race. That's something you should feel proud of. That's something Nigeria said you shouldn't sing. Something that if you are a Yoruba man singing that, you should have something kicking to say, if I am the Ògo adúláwọ̀, if I am the mole, the light of the black race, how come I am living in darkness in Nigeria? You think about it. So if you haven't done your own, if you haven't done your own, if you haven't given me your own thumb up there, do it before you go. Don't be a Buhari. I'm going to see you tomorrow. So the bottom line of this broadcast tonight is to tell you that the charade they put together called the food blockade to the southern Nigeria is a flop. It didn't work. Now that it didn't work, the southerners are like, yeah, keep your food. We get yam from Onitsha. We get yam from all these, all these grape farms from the eastern Nigeria. We get yam from Ogbomoso. We have yam from all across Yoruba land. Okay, if not cow, we want chop. We also have farms in Yoruba land where cows are being reared in Yoruba land. Okay, so yeah, we have other choices, options too. We go chop chicken. We go chop snail. We go chop bush meat. We go chop anything we can chop. Trust us, we will chop anything apart from cow meat. So don't intimidate us. So it flopped. Okay, we do grow our own tomato. There are tomato in we have tomato in the east. We have tomato in the west. We have tomato in everywhere. Okay, when you don't bring your food, yes, you make things costly. But guess what? We are not going to beg you to do it. Now that we are not begging, nobody is begging. Now that we have not even reacted, though, we haven't reacted to shut down the oil supply to the northern Nigeria. That hasn't happened, though. They decided to start crying and said, they now brought this Femi Kayode to come and speak on behalf of Yoruba, having spoken to Sunday. Shut up. We are not in any agreement. Your food blockade doesn't move an inch. Okay? Buhari shut our border for a whole year, led our people into poverty. We are still there, finding, and then, working everywhere to self-sufficient in food production. But when you have killer herdsmen pursuing our farmers, what are you trying to do? You want us to become beggars? Then we can beg you for your food. Well, forget it. So there's no deal with them. There will never be any. What we are asking for is that all Fulani terrorists in Yoruba land forest, they must be identified. The criminals must be apprehended, prosecuted, anything from that. Like Tinubu did in this video, forget it. We know the
We will work with you to build a Nigeria that is not corrupt. I bring you a message of hope.
We are going to spend a lot of resources on education.
It's a lie. Thank you so much, everyone, for your time. Remember, if you haven't subscribed to Maiyegun's Diary Politico, you're likely not going to receive a notification whenever Maiyegun is live, okay? I don't have time I go on live. Most of the time I go live in the evening, just to allow my friends in some other part of the world to be able to watch the video live, okay? I don't usually have time I go live. That's why I will also set up my broadcast. I schedule my broadcast an hour ahead of time. Okay, so that gives you time to know if Maiyegun is going live or not. Okay, and I always kind of write the time I'm going to start as well. So subscribe, set your notification whenever Maiyegun is on, or there's any video on Maiyegun's diary, you will be one of those to know first. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for everything and for your time tonight. I'm going to see you again when next you see me. Until then, stay safe and good night.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Òkúrọ̀ olóṣèlú. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti jọba lórí abínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkan ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ súnra kì o ẹ̀yin bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran.